A lot has been said about founding father Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. I'm here to tell you that a lot of it is not true. I've been researching on the character of Jomo Kenyatta for over 15 years now. And there are a lot of things I've found out, amazing stories behind his presidency, that most of them are in my book, Dark Secrets of the Kenyan Presidency, which by the way you can still get for free. But you have to hurry because the offer is almost over, but more on that later. Now, Jomo Kenyatta was a very wise president, and there are many times, many stories, which are also included in the book, that prove that he was a very wise president. And even as he grew older and maybe a bit out of touch, he was still the grand old man of Africa. And our current president, Uhuru Kenyatta, was trained by Jomo, because Jomo knew right from the beginning that one day Uhuru would be president of Kenya. Well, if you don't know yet the reason why he knew, check out the book. I have everything there, or a previous recording I did. Okay, but Jomo knew, and Jomo was grooming Uhuru all along. So if Jomo was to talk to Uhuru today from the grave, he'd just tell him these words: "You'll be fine, son. I trained you well." Anyway, let me give you a few examples of the Kenyatta presidency just to drive home my point that he was a wise man. There was a police officer called Mageria, who was based in Nairobi at traffic headquarters, and he was a different kind of policeman. He was very strict. He played everything by the book. He did not accept any bribe. Very rare, but believe it or not, there are those policemen. And Mageria was such a policeman in the 70s. And maybe even some of you listening to this recording know him, and you can verify this story because he's still alive. Now, Mageria, like all policemen who are straight, got into trouble. They always get into trouble because what he did, impounded matatus which belonged to some very powerful people who were part of the Jomo Kenyatta's inner circle. And so what happens? Mageria receives a communication that is wanted by the head of state at State House Nakuru. If it was you, what would you do? Maybe you'd even piss in your pants, wouldn't you? Or maybe even do something more. Anyway, so Mageria makes his way to State House Nakuru. He gets in and he waits and he waits. Finally, after a bit, he's told, hold on, the president will be with you in a minute. Then he waits some more and waits. So finally, the president comes in, with his walking stick, fly whisk, walking very confidently. So Mageria, of course, stands up to attention. And now he's just saying, this is the end. He's just telling himself, this must be the absolute end. I'm in serious trouble. So the president sits down. He doesn't say a word, just looks at him. And then he says, please, I want you to confirm something for me. I was told your name, but it's like I'm not believing. I just want you to confirm to me, what is your name, young man? So the man says, Mageria. Now you need to understand that Mageria in Kikuyu means, somebody who's trying you, somebody who's tempting you, somebody maybe who's trying your patience or something. You can interpret it that way. Somebody who's trying your patience. So when Mageria repeats his name, Jomo just bursts out laughing. And he laughs and he laughs and he laughs. And Mageria is just standing there, wondering what's going on. Saying, and obviously scared because, so the president suggesting that I've been trying him, I'm sure that's what he thinks. This is what's going through Mageria's mind, I'm sure. Then finally, when the president stops laughing, he looks at Mageria and tells him, you're doing a very good job. If I had more policemen like you, we would have a better country. Well done. Just go back and do your job. So, that was Jomo for you. And I'm sure nobody would dare contest because I'm sure the mafia, the Kiambu mafia surrounding him, had insisted on this meeting. And maybe they thought he was going to be told off. Maybe they wanted to stage the meeting to show how powerful they really are, that they had direct access to the president. But I think Jomo handled it pretty well. And there are many other stories that show Jomo as a very wise leader. A man who took his time to make decisions, but when he made the decisions, they were wise decisions. Okay? Anyway, you still have a chance to get my book, Dark Secrets of the Kenyan Presidency. All you have to do is go over to the Kumekucha blog, kumekucha.blogspot.com. Wait for 5 seconds. A box will pop up in front of you. Fill in your email address, and you'll receive a free copy of Dark Secrets of the Kenyan Presidency. Free, completely free. You're not needed to pay anything. This is part of our celebration of 12 great years of the Kumekucha blog, because this blog has been, the Kumekucha blog has been around for a very long time. It's probably the oldest political blog in the country. Okay, so just go ahead and do that immediately, because this offer ends very soon. By the way, this was Chris Kumekucha. Thank you very much. Bye.